This is Antoinette on YouTube. Why is it that the physical world cannot exist without the spiritual world? And I would say that's an awesome question, and it sort of holds within it. Why is there a physical world? Everybody goes to the spiritual world, has their near-death experience. Sounds a lot cooler. Why are we slogging through this life here? So what's the answer? I mean, there's got to be a single answer, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, this could probably be answered better than I'm going to, but
not a chance.
We were sort of just talking about how you need to have substance and form, and I know that exists in the spiritual world. You need to have substance and form. This sort of like they're two sides.
The great Swedenborgian duality,
right?
Love and wisdom, etc.
And so the spiritual world needs a physical. Like I was just talking about how there's physical images and things that help me get spiritual ideas, and so they really do work as a vessel of these much greater, deeper thoughts that are, I couldn't put into words very well, but I can look at a picture of something and it makes me think of, oh yeah, the Lord is loving and life is going to be okay, or whatever, so there's a value, a usefulness. Now that doesn't get into exactly why, Swedenborg has a lot to say about the physical world being the foundation and the resting place of heaven. So maybe somebody else wants to.
But you started, and I want to say,
from here.
When you said spiritual world, I remembered once you were recording a segment for the show, and you had to read a Swedenborg quote, and he said spiritual world over and over, and you had to retake that. So I just
tricky word.
Yeah. Okay, so further commentary?
Well, I was just thinking that Swedenborg says the spiritual world is a world of causes, and this world is a world of effects. And so in a certain way, from Swedenborg's standpoint, to pick a rather maybe humorous animal like a muskrat or something, it is
We're
the way...
We're going to get emails about that.
It is the way that it is because of the thing that it embodies. There's a spiritual thing that it embodies, and that shapes why it behaves the way that it is, because the spiritual world is a world of causes. So that's why it's needed. It's sort of like the seed around which this physical thing grows. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's the core of what lies within this physical world.
As I read Swedenborg, it's not that there are two people. One person is the spiritual world, one person is the physical world. It's like the physical world is the skin of the spiritual world.
Right.
He talks about it as a foundation. If you saw our episode, Why Jesus Christ Was Born, or Why Jesus Was Born, it says that the equilibrium on earth was thrown off so much that was affecting world of spirits, that everything is in real time affecting everything else. That angels can't be angels hanging out in heaven without us here to interact with. So you couldn't just wipe out the earth. There has to be that. So that's another thought on it. That it's always a progression. It's not like that's the real party and here is just like a waiting room. That their needs here. That's why you don't want to just, God's going to wipe this world out anyway. Nah, I don't think so.
And it's something, there's like, you can find, I don't know the exact place in which book, might be
Secrets of Heaven 9581.
Heaven and Hell or Divine Love and Wisdom, that talks about how the Lord is like the sun in the spiritual world, but how this sun actually is what sort of comes down and has its analog in the physical sun that we have in our solar system, but just sort of, I guess, the existence of light. And but so how that is, it's just interesting. We can think, well, why can't the physical world exist without the spiritual world? But then the spiritual world really can't exist without the physical world. They both go together. But so there's a lot to explore there.
That's how the machine is put together, and we don't understand it. Do you have anything you don't understand about it, Cara?
Everything.
Okay.
Cool.